Hello, fellow crafters. This is Nala, and I'm going to be making this beautiful Shakers card tutorial with you guys today. Here I have a 5x7 cardstock. Doesn't have to be 5x7. This just happens to be one that I had inside of my scraps. And I'm using Distress Oxide from Tim Holtz, and this is the Shaded Lilac and Kish Flamingo. And we're just going to place ink wherever our lovely hearts desire. It doesn't have to be anything in particular. You're just having fun with the colors. And if you're wondering why I'm making Valentine's Day cards and Christmas isn't over, it's because I have these beautiful kids that loves when I make homemade cards for their Valentine's Day classes. So I have to get started on this early, and I thought it was just going to be my elementary kid, but no, I have my wonderful 12-year-old that wants me to make some for her too. So I have a lot of work to do. So we're just gonna add ink wherever we would like, and it doesn't have to be perfect. Mine surely wasn't. And then take a spray bottle and you're just gonna spritz water. And if you can't, if you don't have a spray bottle, you can just take a brush and just flick water on there. And I'm just using a napkin to soak up some water, but then I'm going to soak the napkin and apply it to our card panel, and this is going to give it a texture like look. Look at that. I love how that came out. It was so beautiful, and I'm definitely going to do other types of materials. Here we have this Cat Scrappiness Heart Sunburst die. We're going to die cut our panel, and then we're going to die cut this 2 more times out of cardstock and place it to the side. Now we're going to take a sheet of vellum and we're going to fold it 8 times in half. That'll give you 16 panels. Once we have these panels, we're going to then trace out a half of one starburst, a half of one sun ray, and then a half of the other one. And I'm going to demonstrate it here. And when I remove it, you'll kind of see generally how I'm trying to create that vellum, because we're not going to place it in each ray. We're going to place it in every other ray. It is one of those mornings, guys, okay? So we're going to just use glue to place the vellum on the rays, and it should not go into any of the other rays. And then we're going to skip one, and then we're going to add a vellum. Then we're going to skip one, and we're going to add vellum. I guess the best way to say it is every other ray is going to be covered. You'll see. Then we're going to add some foam tape behind a different panel, like this. Didn't I tell you it's a hot mess? Do you see this? Okay, so you have your 2 panels. One that has nothing, one that has vellum, one that has foam. All right, let's get to it now. We're going to glue together the vellum and the one that has nothing, right? So it'll pretty much be 2, or look like 2. Then we're going to glue the foam to what's left, and we should have all 3 panels together. Hopefully that made some sense. Now we are going to take an 11 by 4¼ and score it at 5½, and this is going to make a top folding card. I have here my score buddy, and I enjoy having something that is smaller for the screen because, guys, I have a 12 by 12 one, and I use it just for scrapbooking. But I digress. So you want to make sure that you enforce that fold. I wanted to make sure I enforced mine very well because I did use 130 cardstock because I'm giving it to kids. and we all know kids are wonderful at destroying things. So here I place some gems, whatever gems that you have at home is good. And I wanted to mention here at this point is where put glossy accents in areas that I may have not covered well, and I let it dry, and that'll seal it off. Then I decided I needed something to be on the background of that base, the card base. So I took the same colors that we use, Shaded Lilac and Fish Flamingo, sprayed some water on it, took a brush and swaveled it around. And then I did some splatters right onto the cardstock, and I didn't do it too heavy, so it wasn't too strong, or it didn't take over the background. It just added that nice little splat look to the back, and it didn't have to be in a specific place or area neither. You just had fun with it. And if you wanted to add another color, you can. If you want, you can also put a stencil in the background. Like, the background is really all up to you. I just didn't want to have mine as a blank space. And so I also wanted to enhance that love burst kind of going on. Okay, so now I'm gonna take that panel that we put all of our gems in, and I'm gonna add a little bit of glue to the back because I've left it open, and I did remove the backing after before I placed in the gems. And so I wanted to make sure that I had time to wiggle it around, and I just put the card base onto the panel and add a little pressure because you want it to be nice and tight, and shake it around. Make sure that it's good. Nothing's gonna seal out. And I love how it looked. Now we're gonna take this Gina K Love You trio, and I'm gonna cut it out some pink cardstock. I'm also gonna put Place It in the back of it, or any type of double adhesive sheet that you may have. I'm gonna place it in the back, and I'm only gonna remove the backings from the letters, not the actual entire whole thing, just the actual letters, right? As I can, as you can, we can all see here. And that's just because I only want the letters to go on to the card, and I want the spacing to be perfect. I did not want to place it on there and risk moving it around. So it was easier for me to just do it that way. But do whatever you're comfortable with and what's better for you. Okay. This was just my little thing, and it works for me, right? We just do what works for us. Then it comes with this little love script die, and I'm gonna place that right there in the middle. And then the U, I'm just gonna tuck it right underneath in the center of the OV. And then I'm gonna place that middle part for the O onto my piercer and try to eyeball it to the best of my ability. Then that is pretty much the finished card. I did decide to add gems towards the end. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. Please like and subscribe and share to any other crafters that would enjoy this tutorial as well. I can't wait to see you guys next time, and don't forget, you're beautiful, you matter, and your life is the art of this world. Bye.